Hello, my name is Ethan, and welcome back to another episode of Path of Exile 2 Early Access. So, let's show where I'm at. Act 2, but of the second set, so Cruel difficulty. So it's like Act 5. We're back in the Ardura Caravan, and then I'm 53. And now I want to show off some main stuff. So the tree, we did our normal tree up here, got this. I took out the minion damage now, but then I ended up going left to the Vile Mending, and then grabbed this extra minion damage. I didn't grab the extra 8% Phys as Chaos, or the Chaos Res, but then I got the extra Recoup and the extra minion physical damage reduction. Then I came up here and got the extra minion evasion and the dex. It gives accuracy, and then you get the minion Ellie res with living death. And then I came over here and grabbed crystalline flesh for the minion max Ellie res, and then there's also attack speed. And I finally grabbed one of these nodes after a while. Restless Dead, so 25% revive faster. It's because they take 8 seconds to respawn, and so now it's only 6 with this one node. It's really good, and the main reason why you would need this is the minions, instead of teleporting when they get off screen from you getting away from them, they just die completely. So you'll see that I have some minions. If I can get them left behind, and you can see one died. I got more killed. It was just from the distance. You can outrun your minions. You can out travel them, and then they disappear completely. As you can see, we got some nice damage. They do too. We have a big dude now, this brute, and we're not using the Reaver, and I'm using 2 snipers. I gotta go through all this, but I just wanted to show you the minion despawning thing first, because that's important. That's why, because before we play the game, I would ask the question, why are my minions dying? Well, I found the answer. The answer is when you get too far away, and they get off screen, instead of teleporting to you, they just die. So then they need to revive, and it can take some time. So yeah, long time, especially with a few minions getting despawned, especially because the archers are ranged and the arsonist is ranged. So yeah, this is my tree, and then I was grabbing a bunch of attributes. That's why this path thing is so weird right now, and it's because you had to path through a jewel socket, and I don't have 3 jewels, I only have 2. So I have this jewel for extra minion AoE, I have this jewel for minion attack and cast speed, but I don't have a 3rd jewel. And then for the skills, so yeah, I have my Hellhound, and that was my Ascendancy, my first point, Hellhound. And then I put Minion AoE, Meat Shield, because the damage is scaled off of his max life, 20% of his max life, so I scaled his max life. And then Wildfire to spread the ignites from the Infernal Legion on him. So then I'm using a Skeletal Brute, trying it out. I might switch back to Reavers, but I was trying this out because I just got him. So I have a level 13, turns into a 16, it takes 51 spirit. He's a hard-hitting, reviving skeletal brute that can stun primed enemies. And then he also gets, like, some more aggro than just the normal one. Kind of gets, like, a lot of things looking at. Brutality and then martial tempo. Technically, my Reaver was a 4-link, and I had heavy swing. But I don't have the 4-link on this, so you need a lesser Jeweler's Orb to add an extra link to this. And then, yeah, so I'm using one of those for 51 spirit, and then 2 skeletal snipers, because they're only 31, and it's a 4-link. So I did a really weird setup. It's where you do poison, and then the poison actually breaks armor equal to 80% of the poison damage dealt. And then you can break 40% more armor with Demolisher. And then when you also click this button, you have this, and it's used by each skeletal sniper, so you can actually have more uses of this command if you use more skeletal snipers. Like you saw, I had 2 of these. And they drop a gas cloud that poisons, and it also explodes off of the ignite from the Infernal Hellhound. So it explodes. It's a gas cloud. If you ever played like Blood and Bones, there was like gas in the mines. You'd be mining like coal and you'd let out gas, and then if you put down a torch, it would blow up. So you had to like block the gas with ladders. We don't have ladders or any of that, so this shit just explodes and it does a lot of damage. And then I have an arsonist. Skeletal arsonist, and so it says summons bomb throwing, reviving skeletal arsonist that can detonate other minions on command. I don't use that, detonating the minions, but it's actually an attack bomb, and so I maim with the bomb and blind and cull. And then when it calls, regen 12% of life over 4 seconds. So this thing is crazy, and I just used one of them, and it was 31 spirit, and it does great at debuffing the enemies. And I run a shield charge with more stun threshold, and this makes it harder to stun you while using it. And then vulnerability, I put Doom Blast and Impending Doom and Focus Curse to make it cast faster, like that extra delay of like 1 second. Now it'll be 0.7. And then that's my links. Instead of Skeletal Brute, I can use my Reaver and run the Heavy Swing 4-link, but I was just trying the Skeletal Brute because it was the new. I got it at 13 with Uncut Skill Gem level 13. I have 12s, but this one's 13. The Reaver I kept at 12 because I put the thing into this. I could have just leveled up the Reaver and had a 4-link Reaver, but that big skeleton dude is pretty cool and like gets some aggro and stuff. And then for my second Ascendancy, I grabbed Altered Flesh, and then that's where I've been caring more about having fire resistance and chaos resistance, because cold and lightning damage is taken as fire, which means you need the fire. Fire would help for all of those damages, and then chaos helps for the physical being taken as chaos damage, because otherwise then, yeah. So that's where I care more about the fire chaos res. And then on my gear, I ended up getting 45 armor, 39 evasion, 95 armor, 83 evasion, just 25 move speed boot. I'll show you the rest of that after. And then the shield with 53 armor and 47 evasion. And so, yeah, the boot, I had got 25 move speed. And it also came with int, max life, regen, stun threshold, evasion rating. And then I added a rune, so you can take your stash. Artificer's orbs can add runes to gear. So this one I thought was pretty good because of all the stuff on it, and I like exalted and stuff. So I added a rune slot, and then I added fire resistance, so that's really nice. And then I got a belt with a bunch of resistance and life. I had there's heavy belts that doesn't give strength. Attributes are really hard to get. I'm gonna show that in a second. He had an armor one, plate belt, but to get resistance and life is pretty good. And then yeah, chaos res, strength, ele res, int. My wand, I have the +2 still. The scepter, that level 6 discipline scepter, have the +1 helmet still, so I have the +3. And then my glove is just resistance and the armor evasion. Here I have life, resistance, regen, and attributes, life, res. Okay. So then with attributes, yeah, I have 120 int, 53 dex, 35 strength. The int, so for this gem, for skeletal brutes and reavers at 13, 119 int. It was only 106 for the level 12, so it takes an extra 13. So I'm just enough. And so yeah, you could see that it requires a lot, and that's why I have this 1 point in int, is actually just to level up my gem to use the Reaver at the higher level. And this skill gem didn't have the Reaver. It's only at 13 that you actually get the Skeletal Brute. It's the final tier. You get a choice between Brute and Cleric. So I tried the Brute, and it's actually pretty cool. He's a big dude. Takes aggro. I'm pretty curious about the Cleric still. Haven't tried it. And, yeah, we're really far in, to be honest, with we're basically Act 5 of 6. And, it's going well. I'm still using I actually got, instead of a 23% of the Flask instant, I got half of the Flask instant. So instead of 200 instant, I get 400. So this Flask is huge. You can heal fully in 2.5 clicks, and I have like 7 of these clicks, so that's really sick. Then yeah, I was using a Ruby Charm because I told you that I care more about Fire and Chaos Res, so I have the Fire Charm, and then an instant mana. And the boot, like I said, prioritize move speed. These I got the levels, and then the rest is pretty much attributes and res, and then caring about the armor and evasion. So the armor, does it tell me? 193, the evasion 479. Yeah, and 159 spirit. And I've split it up in a weird way, where, like I say, where I had 1 brute, 2 snipers, and an arsonist. I used to have 3 reavers, 1 sniper, 1 arsonist, and then you can see that they're forlings, and that was through lesser jeweler's orbs. I don't have any more. I used them all. Be pretty exciting to get more of those to make more forlings. I got some chaos and regals. I used regals on the jewels and some stuff. And I've used all my exalted orbs. I had like 10. I want more. I want to craft more of my gear. I want to regal some of this stuff. But huge upgrades. We got people really were wondering about the tree constantly, and they were wondering about the skill gems and the supports I used, and which minions I was using. And yeah, there's my gear. So you're all caught up. The game is crazy, dude. Of this stuff, technically it feels like the main like difference is how the minions die when you get out of range and they don't teleport, and like how we don't have the frost blink and flame dash, and so the minions don't teleport either, and they just die, and that kind of feels kind of poopy. But it seems like at least now when they die off screen, they don't reset the timer and extend it all for all the minions as they keep dying off screen. They just all respawn after the first like, so let's say you run away, you get 1 kill, then the timer starts, and the timer gets down to 2 seconds now instead of 6. When the rest of them die off screen, not to an enemy, but just to being literally too far away from you, it doesn't reset the timer now. So I don't know if they changed that and it's fixed. Like, that's a lot better already. Just that, and then also changing it for me for 1 point to go from 8 to 6 is pretty big. I'm imagining, like, imagine 4 seconds or 2, 1. That would be really quick compared to 8 that we started at. So yeah, not sure how many points you'd have to invest in that, because like how you only get 5 and then 15. This was 25 and a point. This was pretty strong, and I was already here. And it technically opens up 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, and it's AoE and cooldown recovery rate, but I don't really know what thing I would need the cooldown recovery rate yet for, other than maybe the sniper ability, and the AoE would be nice for the Hellhound. But that's a lot of points and 10s, and I kind of needed the attributes, and I want to go up here actually for the reservation and the minion physical damage reduction and the chaos res over here. So because we only had like 24, and then they don't have bleed immune, so I really want this extra minion physical damage reduction, and then I also want this stuff over here with the minion Ellie res and the life and the damage from this side. So we have some huge upgrades coming soon on the tree. I'm really looking forward to it. And my next Ascendancy, I'm probably going to take the extra spirit for life. So you could already start to think about it. You give up like 200 life, 250, and then you would get, we have the 750, so you get like 30 spirit. 30 or 40 spirit already. That'd be like an extra minion. So that's pretty cool. You'd give up life, but then it's just life where like, it just means that we could fill our life faster with the life flask, and our regen would be worth more because we'd have less life. But yeah, either way, thanks for watching. Today's laundry day, by the way, so we'll see when I get live on stream. But thanks for watching. Thanks for hanging out. I hope you guys are enjoying it as much as I am. Thanks for watching. I hope this helped you, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. Bye!